I know this view is horrible. I'm in a vehicle that is not mine. I'm on my way to work. Yes, I'm going to work to pay my bills. I'm not doing anything illegal. But, so, this might be a little rantish, and I'm not calling out on any cops or law enforcement or anything. I understand that they're just doing their job. Their job is to enforce the laws, and that they are doing it. But there are some certain stipulations that are bothering me. And this situation has been bothering me a lot. So, I'm going to start off. Lately, I have noticed in my area, yes, it is illegal to have your front windows tinted. So, right offhand, I am probably in the wrong. But I'm okay with that. Because, as far as I'm concerned, tinting the windows on your car is no different than putting curtains on your house. How many people do you know that don't have curtains on their house? Why? Because you want privacy. It is your right as an American citizen to have some level of privacy. Am I wrong? If I am, tell me that I'm wrong. In my area, I've noticed that, one, the state police have been thick as thieves lately. They are everywhere. With my truck, my Duramax, I have had it for a while now. The windows are tinted. They were tinted by the previous owner. I never removed it because, frankly, I would have tinted the windows anyway. I enjoy having tinted windows. I like the privacy. I like the peace of mind that people walking by when my truck is parked, if they try to look inside, they're not going to see what I got inside. And that gives me a feeling of security, because it makes me feel like if you have an iPhone or a tablet sitting on the front seat, they might not see it. They might be less deterred to break into the vehicle and steal it. And that's actually that falls under the out of sight, out of mind thing. Now, as far as like police safety goes, and the law is written to protect officers and protect people from somebody possibly having a weapon in the car. Well, here's an idea, okay? Tell me if you think that this makes sense. Chances are, as your first criminal offense, you're not going to pull out a gun and shoot somebody, okay? Or abduct somebody against their will. Chances are that's not going to be your first criminal offense. So, instead of penalizing everybody and taking away everybody's right to privacy while they're in their vehicle, take it away from convicted felons, people with misdemeanors, people with felonies, people who have a history of drug use or abuse, stuff like that. Do not penalize the people who get up, go to work every single day, pay their bills, and for the most part follow the rules. I don't understand why everybody has to be penalized for a handful of people's arrogance and ignorance. It's like, this might come off, like I said before, a little rantish, a little selfish, but Dylan has owned his car for 2 years now. The windows have been tinted since day one, okay? Never been stopped until recently. Got a fine. Not a fix-it ticket, not a warning, a fine. And Dylan has never had a speeding ticket. He has never had any other kind of ticket, ever. Okay? We got stopped with my truck last night. Again, I've had the truck for a long time. You know this if you watch my channel. I've driven that truck countless amount of miles. It goes from New York State to Vermont every day, just about, and back. And I have never gotten stopped for my window tint. We were just cruising around. We were doing the speed limit. obnoxious. We weren't showing up anything. State trooper in an unmarked flies out of nowhere, dramatically pulls us over and for window tint. And without permission or warning, this is one of the things that bothered me the most. Like, just because you have a badge and a gun, you do not have the right to touch my vehicle. Whips his tint meter out of his pocket and slides it over the window. Okay, whatever. Probably no big deal to most people. To me, it is. Do not touch my vehicle. Do not put your equipment on my vehicle without asking or announcing that you're going to do it first. Because I would have been very upset if that piece of equipment scratched my window or gaffed my window tint. Because just because you're giving me a ticket for this window tint does not mean that I'm going to take it off. It's not going to happen. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, you've heard this saying a million times before, freedom isn't free. And if I have to pay countless amounts of tickets for my freedom to have my windows tinted, for my feeling of safety, I'll pay it. But my window tint is not coming off. I'm sorry. I have never been convicted of a felony, never a misdemeanor. I've had speeding tickets when I'm younger and things like that, but who hasn't? 90% of the people in our country have gotten a speeding ticket. The other part of this is, I have seen state troopers and law enforcement who have the windows on their personal vehicles tinted as well. You ask them, isn't that illegal? And they will tell you, well, that is for my safety because of my job, my profession. What makes you any more special than me? Nobody put a gun to your head and forced you to be a cop. You put yourself in that situation. That is your job. And I'm not saying that I don't appreciate law enforcement. You guys are amazing. We need law enforcement. You guys are putting yourself out there every single day, and that's admirable. But nobody forced you to do that. So what makes your safety and your security more important than mine? It's not right. Like I said, I understand the tint laws. If you are a criminal, you should not be allowed to have your windows tinted. If you're gonna go out, sell drugs, beat your wife, fucking harm somebody, do anything, bad, then yeah, and you have a criminal record, yeah, you probably shouldn't have your windows tinted. You should have that right taken away from you. But for the rest of us who don't and follow the day-to-day guidelines to be a good person and to be successful in this life and pay our taxes and do everything we're supposed to, we should be able to have the option to have that little bit of freedom, that little bit of privacy. Well, there's a truck going by me right now. He's got his windows tinted. I can see his silhouette. I know it's a dude driving it. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know what's in his truck. My dad's truck, the windows are tinted. Not that dark, but the law reads we can't have any tint on our front windows. We have to have 70% of the light pass through our windows. 70%. When they put the meter on my truck the other night, 35% passed through the windows. That used to be legal in New York State until January of 2017. They changed this law. Granted, it is 2019 right now, and I've never been stopped for my window tint until now. It's out of control. I have seen so many people getting pinched for dumb stuff when there's people out here selling drugs, not working, not paying their taxes, and just mooching off this system while selling drugs. People who are actually legitimate criminals who are walking around, driving around, doing their thing, but I'm getting stopped because, oh my God, my windows are dark. Yup. these tint exemptions, okay, for people with medical reasoning to have their windows tinted. Well, I don't think that's legit either. So you have to have a medical problem to have your rights. Are you following me? Here's an idea. If you have an oversensitivity to light, or a medical condition that affects your ability to be in a vehicle, to operate a vehicle, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be driving that vehicle. Not use it as an excuse to have your windows tinted, because if I can't have my windows tinted, you shouldn't be able to have your windows tinted based off of a medical condition. I'm sorry if that sounds selfish, but it's not. What's good for one should be good for all. That's all I'm saying. It is our right to obtain a certain amount of privacy. I'm sorry. That is my rant. But I feel like there's some laws out there that infringe on our rights. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I've seen cop cars with tinted windows. And again, that falls under, why is your safety, your security more important than mine? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my rant. Probably won't get any views. Probably get a bunch of hate over it. Like I said, I'm not putting law enforcement on blast. I'm just simply stating that the laws don't make any sense, and I feel like there should be some amendments to the law to make it okay. Because like I said, people's first offenses aren't generally pulling a gun and shooting somebody or abducting somebody or doing anything that window tint would affect the safety of others. It's usually more minor than that. I don't know if you follow me. I don't know if I've done a good job explaining my feelings, but that's how I feel. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe. Let me know your feelings about the video. Let me know if your feelings coincide or differ from mine. Have a good day.